You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith. Hey there, Sprouts. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. It is also the feast day of St. Thomas Aquinas. This week on the Catholic Sprouts podcast, we are talking about the sacrament of confirmation. We've already talked about how confirmation is a personal Pentecost. It is a time when we stand up as adults and confess those things that were said for us at our baptism. Confirmation is a public yes to God, yes to His Holy Spirit, and yes to the Church. Now, today, we are going to talk about the 4 things that we can see happening at the sacrament of confirmation. When you are confirmed, these are the 4 things that you will participate in. And if you go to view others receive the sacrament of confirmation, you can see each of these things happen. Before we get to that, though, there is something that a person being confirmed in the faith does before they are confirmed. Of course, they need to learn about their faith, study it, and in some parishes, priests or the pastor might even test someone to make sure that they do indeed know their faith and that they believe it. A person being confirmed is also oftentimes asked to find a sponsor. Now, a sponsor is a person that has already been confirmed in their faith that can help the person being confirmed along the path to confirmation. It is a person that you can ask questions, a person that you can share your struggles with, and when you are confirmed, this sponsor will stand behind you and support you in this public declaration of your faith. The other thing that you are often asked to do before you are confirmed is to find a patron saint. Now, maybe you already have a special saint that you think of often, that you have asked for their intercession. That saint could very well be the saint that you choose for your confirmation saint. And not only that, but oftentimes people that are confirmed take on the name of that confirmation saint. They add it as a middle name. And when you stand before the bishop to be confirmed, he will refer to you by your patron saint's name. Now, here are the 4 things that happen when a person is confirmed. And most often, these happen with a bishop present. A bishop shows up and comes into a parish and confers the sacrament of confirmation as often as possible. So the first thing that will happen is that the people being confirmed will stand up and profess their baptismal vows. They will say that, yes, they believe all of these things, and we will be going through in detail those baptismal vows in the next couple days. The next thing that happens is that the bishop goes through one by one and addresses and talks to each of the people being confirmed. While speaking to them, he will stretch out his hands and he will call down the Holy Spirit upon that person. Then the bishop will take chrism oil, the same oil used in baptism, and will anoint the person being confirmed. And finally, the bishop will offer the sign of peace to the person that has been confirmed and will receive the sign of peace from them. So these are the 4 things that happen. It might not seem like a very spectacular show, but again, remember, a sacrament is not only what we can see, but so much more, it's what we can't see. And what has happened here is that the bishop has called down the Holy Spirit to be on you, to be in you when you are confirmed, so that you might receive all those amazing gifts. But you are not just receiving them to go and do whatever you want. You are receiving them to do the work of Jesus Christ through His church, which you have just professed your belief in. So a lot happens at confirmation that we can't see. Now, Sprouts, my challenge for you today is to speak with the confirmed person that you are with. Maybe it's an older sibling, your parent, or your teacher. But I would like you to ask them who their sponsor was when they were confirmed, and then also who their saint was that they selected when they were confirmed. Like I said, these aren't a mandatory part of confirmation, but many, many times this is what people do. So ask them and talk about it. That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God created you to be. Just a quick reminder that if you are a patron, to please head over to the Patreon site and grab all of your wonderful goodies. If you are not a patron, I invite you to consider joining us. We have lots of goodies every single week, and it is my joy to think of ways for you to go a little bit deeper with the content shared here. To join us on Patreon, simply find the link in the notes for this podcast episode.